Hello, everyone. Welcome to And One. Today we got Kendra Overskei with us today. Hey, Kendra, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing good. We'll start out. We'll have you introduce yourself to the audience here.
My name is Kendra, and I'm a shooting guard from Maple Grove, and I'm in the class of 2025.
There we go. So, Kendra, we're here to share your story. We're here to kind of get to know Kendra a little bit on the court and off the court a little bit here. So let's start. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. How did you start with basketball? When did you first start playing basketball?
So actually, my dad introduced me to the game. Um, well, we have like a cul-de-sac, so like I don't know, we've had a hoop for a long time, and he just like I don't know, he like always like told me how fun it was, and like I've always been around the game. Like my grandpa played at the Gophers, and my dad played college basketball too. So it's like I don't know. I feel like I've always been around the game, so it's like I've been like used to like being around it all the time.
So I know that you have a sister, Kyla, who plays college basketball as well. Did you and
hmm
her both kind of take to it naturally? Was it kind of at first didn't really like it, or was it kind of how did you both kind of lean into it? Was is that just around so we just played, or did you kind of develop your own love for it?
Well, we kind of developed our own love for it. Like it was always around, but like we didn't really like it at first, but then we like learned to love it because like we like played it so much. Like we just like learned to like we like always wanted to like just like in our free time we would just go shoot and stuff, or like that was like our bonding time. Like we would just go outside and like shoot hoops together and rebound for each other. And I don't know, it was super fun, and like that's how we got so close as like sisters, I think.
So if dad's the one that kind of introduced the game, what's kind of dad's message about the game? Like how did he teach you to play it? How, kind of what is his message to you about playing the game?
He just like has taught me that like nothing's ever given, and that we have to like work hard, and like he's never gonna like force us to play the game. It's like we have to like it. Like when we like practice and stuff, like it's not like he's forcing us to go outside. Like we like want to go out there and work on our game and get better and like be the best that we can be.
I like the sound of that. You can't force the love force if you're out there. If you're pulling him out there, I'm sure he's thrilled with that.
Yes.
So then let's talk about the summer. You played for Minnesota Stars. How would you say your summer went?
So I think it started out challenging because we had like a lot of new players on our team. So we had to like adjust to each other, and like in the end I think we like overcame a lot of these challenges, and we learned how to work together as a team, and like we built off each other's strengths. So like we knew that some players couldn't do certain things, so like and other players could do those things. So like just like knowing that they could like their strengths and stuff really helped us like build as a team. And we ended up having a really good back half of the season. Um, we learned that the most important thing is that we have to work together, because like that's the only reason you're going to win games. Like it's not just a one person game. Like everybody has to contribute to the game. Um, Also, I'd say that because our team was so new this year, I had to step up and be a leader and communicate a ton, because like I've been on this team for a while. So like I know what it takes to like win these games and stuff. So I don't know. I think that is really important for our team. And then also I learned to be an offensive and defensive threat on the court.
So going back to that leadership, how did you embrace or how did you learn, kind of grow into that leadership role? What's your leadership style? Was it kind of do as I do, or is it kind of having to explain the game a little bit more, or having to kind of vocalize stuff more often?
I think it was more vocalizing, because like I don't know, like just like talking a ton, because that's like it brings a lot of energy to the court. And like if someone is like having like a bad game or something, like lifting them up really helps a ton, because yeah, that's what I think.
So did you play a different position in AAU than you would typically play in like say high school basketball, or were you a guard in both?
I've been like a wing kind of for both, but I can like post up every once in a while, and like I can bring the ball up too. But usually it's just like a shooting guard slash wing kind of.
What was one of give us some of your highlights from this summer? What, a good game, a good play, a memorable trip. What were some of your AAU highlights this year?
Well, we went to Indiana, and that was super fun. And our team really bonded well together. And then, what was the tournament? I think it was, well, the tournament before Indiana. It was like back to back tournament. I think it might have been the meltdown. Um, I actually ended up having a really good last game before we left. Even though like our team wasn't doing so hot, like I knew I had to step up. So like I ended up like doing really well that game, and it was super fun because like the rest of the car ride, it was like so great to like feel so good about how I played. So yeah, that was fun too. And just like our out of town tournaments, we really bonded as a team, and I got to know like all the players, and like we performed well in those tournaments too.
And so we're moving into the high school season. Maple Grove, not too far from where I am,
Yes,
so the Crimson. What's your kind of
yes.
thoughts on the upcoming season? Any kind of excitement, nerves, kind of what's your thoughts on the upcoming Maple Grove season?
I'm extremely excited for the high school season. It's like the best time of the year. Um, but I think I could bring like versatility to the court and stuff. And like Maple Grove has a ton of depth, so I think we can be really good this year. And personally, I think that I can bring offensive and defensive like um, plays to the court to make our team better. But
So
I think we'll be really good this year.
in terms of Maple Grove, who are some of the older players, the seniors and juniors that you look up to, that you kind of, enjoy playing with the most? Who are some of those players?
I'd say Kennedy Click is like such a good player. She can like play all positions, and like I don't know, she's just like such a like good player, and she like is really nice too. So like I don't know, I look up to her, and I hope I can like play up to her like her ability one day.
What's a skill set or what's a move or a thing part of her game that Kennedy has that you would love to add to your game?
Just like her aggressiveness on like attacking the basket. She's really good at that, and like she can draw a lot of fouls, and I feel like that always like brings additional like aspects to her game.
So do you have any, we said mom, sister, dad, grandpa. Do you have any other, like, as you say, high school player level, or college players that you maybe have watched throughout the years that you would say want to strive to be like or emulate your game kind of after?
I would say um well, I've watched a lot of college players, but like I don't know, there's like a ton, but I would say Sarah Scalia is a really good player that I look up to. Like she's like well rounded, and she can attack the basket. Like she knows how to shoot, play defense, all of that stuff. So I think she's just a well rounded player, and she was obviously really successful. So I hope I can be like her.
Do you have the Sarah Scalia range? She pulls up from about half court and can drill them. Do you have that? Are you working on that range at least?
Yeah, a little bit.
So
Not
how
that
would
far though.
you, in terms of your game, how would you describe your overall game to someone? If they've never watched you and they say, hey, what will we see when we come watch you play either AAU or high school? What are we going to see, from you, your game?
I would say that I um can play all five positions on offense. Like I can post up, I can shoot, I can like bring up the ball. Like I think I can do all of that. And then also like guarding all 5 positions on the basketball court. Like I can guard like the smallest player or the tallest player. Like I've like guarded all types of players.
So do you prefer offense or defense? Or what's more fun to play?
I think personally defense.
A coach's dream. Saying the defense
Yes.
is fun. What would you say is your defensive style? Are you more kind of read and react? Are you trying to beat them to the spot? Kind of how would you say what is your defensive mentality when you're having someone you're looking to stop?
I'm just like trying to get like the ball as like quick as I can. So like I will just like wherever they go, I'll like follow them and like I like my like mentality is like I always try to like get the ball and stuff. So like whatever it takes to get the ball, like I'll do. And like being aggressive on defense is really important, obviously. So I think that's important.
Who would you say in your career has been the hardest player to defend? Who's been maybe the most difficult person to defend, I guess I should say.
I personally think Aaliyah Crump. She's a really good player and like she's quick and yeah, she's just a really good player.
Have you started on practice yet for high school season yet or no?
Not yet. We start open gyms in like 2 weeks, I think. So that will be fun to like start getting back with the high school team. But we haven't had any practice yet. And like but we do once the school year starts, we're gonna start lifting again with the team in the morning before school because we did that a lot during the season and it really helped us.
So we'll have to check back in and see if you've had a welcome to varsity moment yet in terms of like a play, a drill, or something like that during a game, like a welcome to kind of a shock to that level.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and then kind of go back to your sister. We had met, saw her play a little bit. She was kind of a really good, she was known as a shooter. Are you a better shooter or is she a better shooter?
Um, well, I always try to mess with her and say I'm the better shooter, but like I don't know, she like is obviously the better shooter because she's like I don't know, she's had more experience. But like I'm trying to get like as good as her or like even better because like she is such a good shooter and I look up to that.
Would shooting be the one aspect of her game that you would say, kind of same question as we talked about with Kennedy with your sister? What's the one aspect of her game that you wish you could, that you're going to work to implement in your game?
I think just like I don't know, like leaving it all out on the court. Like she just works so hard on like offense to like contribute to her team. And I think that's like such a good aspect to have and like mentality to like leave it all on the court, which is like obviously a great thing to have. And obviously she's like playing college basketball, which is really hard to even get to. So I'm that's like my goal. I'm trying to like play at the college level.
So we talked a little bit about college. Do you watch the WNBA at all? Any player there that you enjoy watching the most, or is that not really your thing?
I typically just watch like college basketball. I don't really lean towards the WNBA stuff, but I'm trying to get more into it.
Makes sense. I mean, I said you got to watch the best to try and be the best. I always say. So I tell
Yes.
people all the time, watch the WNBA, watch college. They're playing the game at the highest level, so you can only get better from watching them. So let's take the stuff off the court. Let's say if Kendra's not playing basketball, what's she probably doing?
When I'm not on the court or in school, I typically like to hang out with my friends and family. And yeah, we have like my family, like we're all really close to each other. Like we hang out with my cousins a lot, and then I hang out with my friends a lot too, and that's fun.
So where if you're hanging out with your friends, where are you at? We at the mall, we at high school, we at just at houses, what we doing?
I don't even know. We just like hang out. We don't really, yeah.
Okay, so do we have any superstitions before games? Any like do we have to like tie a right shoe first? Any kind of superstitions before a game at all?
I just well, I have an applesauce before every game, and I listen to my pregame playlist, but that's pretty much it.
Okay, gotta know what's some of the songs that are on the pregame playlist.
I don't think I can name them off the top of my head, but they're like really like big hype songs.
Okay, so we're getting hype. We're not getting zoned. We're getting more hyped. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense. You might have answered a little bit. I know you said applesauce. Do we have like a pregame meal? Like, is there like a Subway? Is there what kind of was the go-to meal before a game day or an AAU?
I would say Jimmy John's. It's like the perfect meal. It's not like too heavy or light. So I have that a lot.
I
So
like it.
yeah.
I like it. I like me some Jimmy John's. Is that so? Now let's like the kind of a little more off the favorite foods.
I really like hamburgers. They're really good. My
I
family always makes fun of me because I have them so much, but they're like so good.
I have to agree with
So,
that. Favorite song, not necessarily hype song, just favorite song.
um, I don't know if I have one right now. I'm kind of all over.
Just all over the place, huh?
Yeah.
So you're in Maple Grove. Favorite place to go in Maple Grove, either basketball related or non-basketball related?
Um, I would say the Lifetime in Maple Grove is actually really nice to go to. Yeah.
I concur. I like that lifetime.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. Like the gyms are really nice too.
So then we'll wrap it up with a few more basketball questions here. Sco 5 seconds left on the clock. You have the ball in your hand. What's your go-to move? What are you gonna try and do to score? Game's tied.
Um, Probably like um I don't even know, like beat them off the dribble, try to like do like a stutter step and like see if they fall for it. If not, just look for like the pull up jumper. But yeah, or like the in and out move that works well too.
What's the best advice you ever got in terms of being and from in terms of basketball?
Um, I would say just like work hard and leave it all on the court. That like I've really taken that piece of advice really far with me. Like yeah. Um, it's not gonna like come to you. Nothing's gonna come to you in basketball or life. Like you have to work for like what you want. And like obviously like my main goal is to play college basketball. So if I want to do that, I have to like work super hard because it's not easy at any level.
So when it comes to college basketball, what are some, when looking at schools or looking at where, fits and stuff, what are some of the things that you want to make sure, boxes that you check when you're deciding on a school? What are some things you want to make sure they have culture-wise, basketball-wise, coach-wise?
I want like coaches that believe in me and like believe that like I'm good for their program, you know? I'd also say like their school, like I want them to have like a good school program because you're not just going there for basketball, like you're getting an education too. So
Mhm.
that's really important to me as well. And just like good players that I can like get along with well.
I like it. We'll wrap it up with this, and we'll just do and one more question. When someone describes Kendra Overskei as a basketball player, what's the word you want them to use? If they one word to describe Kendra as a basketball player, what's that word?
Um, Tough.
Tough.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
guessing that came from some of those driveway cul-de-sac games against sister and dad, huh?
yeah. Yeah, we
Well,
just go at it.
we'll see that toughness. I said Maple Grove's coming up, high school season, and then you have a couple more AAU seasons. So we'll see a lot of growth from you. We'll see a lot of excitement from you. Thank you so much for doing this. We will go ahead
Yeah, thank
and
you.
end it here. I said we'll see you at the Crimson, and once again, have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.